In this video, we're going to go over why sitting, driving, and bending is making your lower back pain feel worse. And we're also going to go over a 3-step system that you can implement today to decrease those lower back pain symptoms. So before we jump into the video, I do want to say that this video is going to be specifically for those who feel the lower back pain get worse when sitting, driving, and or bending. If you have lower back pain that gets worse when you're standing or when you're walking around or standing still for long periods of time, this video won't be much value to you. But if you would like to see a video on those pain patterns, I can definitely make a video in the future. So now that we got that out of the way, if you've never watched my videos before, my name is Elijah, and over the past 7 years, I've worked with thousands of individuals with specific pain patterns, as we're going to be talking about in this video, and many of whom are bound to their desks for 8 to 12 hours out of the day. So what specifically is going on when you have the lower back pain when you're sitting, driving, and or bending? So with all three of those movements, your spine is going to be in a flexed or hunched over position. And it may not cause any problems the first time or the second time or the third time, but eventually, if you're sitting in this position for 8 to 10 to 12 hours out of the day, eventually the tissues are going to become sensitive and they're going to become irritated, and that's when that pain can start. So if you can see in this diagram here, the more you flex forward, the tissues and the discs are going to become irritated. And if that happens for long enough, eventually, when you're in that flex forward position, the inner part of your disc can actually protrude out and put pressure on the nerve, which can cause that shooting or numbness down the leg, or the sciatica issues, which is very, very a popular term used. It's sort of like a jelly-filled donut. So you go to your local bakery, or you go to your Krispy Kreme or Baskin Robbins, and this is similar to a disc issue, because with the donut, with the jam in the middle, if you press long enough and if you press hard enough onto that donut, eventually that jam is going to come out, and that is exactly what is going on when the disc is pushing onto that nerve. So now that we've talked about what's actually going on, let's talk about different modalities and treatments. So you've probably tried massage, physio, you're probably stretching a lot, or you probably tried chiropractic as well. While these treatments and modalities are great, they help a lot, they're not actually getting to the root cause of what's going on, and that root cause is the flex position. Massage in itself deals with tight musculature. It helps release the tightness in the muscle, which will help with your mobility and help you move better. But if you go back to the same patterns and the same habits of sitting at your desk all day, sitting lots when you're in the car, I mean, I guess that's kind of unavoidable. But if you're not making any changes to your day-to-day and you're stuck in that flex position for long periods of time, sure, the massage will help you move better, but eventually that pain is just going to come back. And stretching, I mean, if you have low back pain when you're sitting, driving, or bending, this forward fold, it would be terrible for you. Again, because you're in that slouched or flexed position. Stretching will help you feel good for a couple of minutes, maybe a couple of hours, but again, it's not getting to the root cause, which is the compounded flexion. Chiropractic, fantastic, it feels great, and it can actually help reduce the sciatica symptoms, or that shooting down the leg. It can help reduce those symptoms. But again, if you're getting adjusted 2 to 3 times a week, but you're sitting down and not changing your day-to-day, no amount of adjustments, no amount of stretching, no amount of massages will help, in all honesty. So what will actually help? Well, let's go over the 3-step system that can actually decrease the lower back pain symptoms that you're feeling. So we'll start with step 1. And step 1 is to regulate. And the goal of this step is to actually reintroduce extension back into the lower back. Because you're spending hours every single day in that flex position, you won't be able to crank your back into extension, because that would shock your body, and that might even hurt you. So we want to gently reintroduce it, and we can do that by laying on your stomach on a table on the ground, and all you need to do is prop yourself up onto your forearms. And as you can see in my lower back, there is that extension there, and you can hold that for up to 5 minutes. If you find that it's super painful after 1 minute or 2 minutes, that's okay. You want to progressively perform this movement longer until you can hit 5 minutes. And then once 5 minutes feels good, then you can get into a Mackenzie press up. So all you need to do is just push yourself up with your hands, and that's going to increase the extension in the lower back. With this one, you can hold it for about 2 to 3 minutes. Again, if you can't get to those 3 minutes, then you can just work up to the time that you can without aggravating the pain. And once you've done that, we can go into step 2, which is activate. So this step is called activate because when you're sitting down for long periods of time, the erector spinae muscles in your back, so those are the big ropey muscles that run side by side with your spine, they're on all the time. And when those are on, there are little stabilizing muscles that connect to each single vertebrae in your back. And when those big muscles are turned on all the time, the smaller stabilizing muscles are going to become inactive. So the goal of this step is to actually activate the deep spinal stabilizers, which will help take pressure off those big erector muscles, and which will help you move a lot better as well. So you can do this by doing a kind of prone extension. This one, it's very, very simple, and the movement is very minimal. So you're going to want to lay face down, and you can start by putting your hands on your lower back just to feel the contraction. And by doing this, by putting the hands on your lower back, you're going to be able to feel that contraction. And performing this is super simple. So when you're face down, you're going to gently extend the lower back, or think about pushing your stomach into the table. And you'll know you got a good contraction when you feel a bit of the lower back pushing back into your head. And when you feel that, hold that for about 5 seconds, and then you can relax. And then again, perform that same movement and hold for about 5 seconds, and repeat that about 8 to 10 times. And then once you've gotten the hang of this movement, you can do the exact same thing, but by just putting the hands under your head. And then once again, you perform this 8 to 10 times, we can get into step 3, which is the integrate step. And the goal of this is to actually retrain the body on how to lift and move with the hips instead of putting that pressure on the lower back. And we're going to do that by utilizing the hip hinge movement. So first off, you want to start by going against the wall. Maybe stand 6 to 8 inches away from the wall. Put your hands on your shin, and all you need to do is slide those hands down the leg and then push your hips back into that wall. And when you push your hips back, you're going to feel your bum hit the wall, or in this case here, the fence. And then when that happens, you just push your hips back forward into neutral position. Do that for about 10 to 12 reps, and that's going to help your body get used to the hip hinge movement. And then eventually you can make the progression to doing the hip hinge without the fence or without the wall. And again, performing this 10 to 12 times. And by doing it without without a wall, it's going to force better control, and it's going to force better activation in your hips and your hamstrings. And then once you master that, you can eventually get into a Romanian deadlift. So these are just screenshots from a video that I took. So if you're at the gym, you can use dumbbells or a barbell. And then if you're just at home, you can use you can fill a backpack with like books, or fill a backpack with weights. And you want to perform this, again, about 10 to 12 times. And the better you get at this and the more weight you're able to do, you're able to progress more, basically. Another reason why it's so critical to learn the hip hinge movement is because it's going to protect your lower back from the daily tasks such as tying your shoes, or getting stuff out of the washer or the dryer, or picking up the garbage, or picking your kids up as well. It's critical to learn this because it'll prevent your back from just giving out, essentially. So you can perform these 3 steps every single day. I recommend that you perform them every single day. And the great thing is that they can be performed at home. They can also be performed at work or at the gym. So there's the 3-step system that you can perform every single day. I would actually recommend doing it every single day because it's super simple. It's super fast to perform, and you can do it anywhere. You can do it at home, at gym, or even at work as well, which is fantastic. But if you would like custom help that's built around your body and your specific lifestyle, there is a link in the description that you can click, and yeah, you can book a call with me and we can see if I'm a good fit to help you and your lower back pain needs. But other than that, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.